Let's see now this one. This is mercurous chloride. Hg it is above 1. This is Hg2 Cl2. Okay, and this is KCl solution. KCl solution. Okay, and inside this mercury is in contact with what?
Platinum wire.
Yes, this we have already discussed. Okay, I'm just rebrushing it. Okay, so when I say calomel electrode can be used as a reference electrode, should have constant potential with respect to standard hydrogen electrode, and it should behave both as anode as well as cathode. As anode, okay, if it behaves as anode, what I should write here? Whenever I say anode, you have to write electrons on the right hand side. Okay, yeah, and two Cl minus ions just to compensate these two electrons. And here I should write Hg. Some problem with my two Hg plus, so Hg2Cl2 I have to write here, Hg2Cl2 plus 2 electrons. Okay, this is solid, this is aqueous, and this is liquid. Okay, okay, so it should behave anode as well as cathode. Cathode, what I should write? It should be in the reverse direction. Hg2Cl2 plus 2 electrons gives 2Hg plus 2Cl minus ions. Right, so this is a construction. So inner tube consists of mercury and mercurous chloride. Mercurous chloride is at the bottom. Okay, platinum wire is there, which is in contact with mercury, and that mercury is in contact with mercurous chloride. There is an opening, okay, at the bottom, okay, and where we fix the porous plug, right? And it is inserted in a bigger tube, that is micro, right? It's a bigger tube which contains only the KCl solution. Mercury is in contact with mercurous chloride, and that is in contact with KCl solution. This is what kind of electrode it is? Calomel electrode. Calomel electrode, but what type of electrode? You've studied different types of electrodes, right?
A reference electrode.
Okay, second reference electrode, but different types of electrodes we discussed. Metal ion electrode, metal ion electrode. This is metal insoluble salt type of electrode. Okay, metal that mercury is in contact with, it's insoluble salt. Mercurous chloride is not soluble in water, and that is in contact with KCl solution. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how it works? When I say it's a reference electrode, the electrode can act as both anode as well as cathode, depending on the nature of other electrode. If you connect the calomel electrode to more anodic material like lithium or magnesium, then calomel electrode should behave as cathode. if you connect calomel electrode to silver, then calomel electrode should behave as anode that time because silver is cathodic. Is that clear to you? The electrode reaction presented it's as follows. Okay, 2Hg plus 2Cl minus as anode. When I say anode, I should write 2 electrons on the right hand side. Right. When I say cathode, I should write electrons on the left hand side and compensate these 2 electrons with Cl minus ions. Okay, the charges should be balanced. Mercury reacting with the Cl minus ions, giving Hg2Cl2 and 2 electrons. Hg2Cl2 plus 2 electrons give 2Hg plus 2 Cl minus ions. Net reversible reaction is, forward reaction we usually take it as cathodic reaction. Hg2Cl2 plus 2 electrons gives 2Hg plus 2 Cl minus ions with a reversible sign. Forward reaction is cathodic reaction, reverse reaction is anodic reaction. If it behaves as anode, this is valid. Right, reverse reaction is valid. Okay, forward reaction if it behaves as cathode. Okay, can anyone derive Nernst equation for this? Okay, anyway, I'll show you. All right, Nernst equation, you remember, Hg2, we have to take forward reaction as reduction reaction, right? Because electropotential is conventionally reduction potential only. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Hg2Cl2 plus 2 electrons giving 2Hg plus 2 Cl minus ions. Okay. So at 298 Kelvin, I can directly write at 298 Kelvin, E is equal to E0 minus 0.0591 divided by N log of K. Okay. I'm not taking, right, you may ask me in the Nernst equation, it was positive. At that time, what we have done, the denominator, we have taken it to the numerator. That's why we changed the sign there. Okay. So as such, it is negative. Okay. 1 by metal ion, it was there. So that's the reason it was taken to the numerator and we changed the sign. Right. Don't confuse with that. Okay. The reaction, the equation is correct. And what is K? K is reaction coefficient. Okay. Concentration of product divided by concentration of reactants. Concentration of product divided by concentration of reactant. Okay. Some problem. Some kind. Right. Right. So K is equal to Cl minus square. Why? Product is what? Cl minus into Cl minus into 2 Hg square actually. Hg is metal which is insoluble in water. It's not present in the aqueous media. So you cannot consider the concentration. Its concentration we take it as 1. Cl minus square into Hg square divided by what? Product, concentration of product divided by reactant. Hg2Cl2. Okay, concentration of Hg2Cl2. Okay, Hg2Cl2 is a solid again. Its concentration is 1. This concentration is 1. So numerator only Cl minus square. So K is equal to Cl minus square. That's what I have written here directly. Okay, you can write like this. Okay. K is equal to concentration of Cl minus square into product was Hg also, Hg square divided by Hg2 Cl2. Okay, this value is 1 because the solid. This also mercury metal liquid, but it is insoluble in water. Its value is also 1. So K is what? Concentration of Cl minus square. Okay. So this is what I have written directly here. here. Okay. Right. So n number of electrons involved in this is 2. Right. How many electrons are involved? 2. Okay. And so E is equal to what now? E is equal to E naught minus. Okay. Here you can write, instead of this, I would have written 2.303 RT over NF instead of this. Okay. So instead of taking a 298 Kelvin, general, any temperature. Okay. What is E? E is equal to E naught minus 2.303 RT over NF log K. Okay. Instead of taking at 298 Kelvin. Okay. So I can write directly. So K is what? Product divided by reactant. So K is what? K is equal to what? Concentration of Cl minus square into concentration of Hg square divided by concentration of Hg2 Cl2. Okay. And this is 1, right? This is also 1. 1 square is 1. So K I have written directly. So a number of electrons involved is 2. 2 electrons are involved. So substitute this. So it will, you get this log of Cl minus square. Log of x square, I can write 2 log x. Right? So I can write it as 2 log Cl minus 2. I can cancel here. When I take this here, okay, I'll remove this. Okay, this 2 I can cancel. So what I get? Equation. This is the Nernst equation for calomel electrode. You can derive a Nernst equation for any electrode. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. So at 298 Kelvin, you can write here the value of R is 8.314, T is 298 Kelvin, F is 96,500. If you substitute that, you get 0.0591. So this is the Nernst equation for. This is the Nernst equation for calomel electrode. And calomel electrode potential depends on what? Anyone? Calomel electrode potential depends on which concentration?
Cl minus.
Only Cl minus. There is mercury, mercurous chloride. They are not part of this electrode calculation. Electrode, this one. Okay, potential. Okay, it depends on Cl minus ion concentration. Right. You have taken what? In the outer tube, you have taken what? KCl solution. Right. Inner tube, you have mercurous chloride and mercury and platinum wire. So this depends on this KCl solution. If you use saturated KCl, its value is 0.242 volt. If you use 1 NKCl, its value is 0.280 volt. If you use 0.1 NKCl, it is 0.334 volt. Okay, this we call it as decinormal calomel electrode. It is one normal, no? We call it as normal calomel electrode. And this we call it as saturated calomel electrode. Okay. So which has highest concentration? Which has the highest concentration of Cl minus ions? Yes, anyone?
Saturated case.
Yeah, saturated, definitely, because you are taking a beaker, you are taking a water here, and you are go on adding KCl here till KCl settles at the bottom. Okay, saturated. What is the concentration of? Can anyone calculate the concentration of saturated calomel electrode? Saturated KCl. What is the concentration of saturated KCl? From this equation, you can calculate. You can calculate Cl minus ion concentration, right? So you know the potential, electropotential. E naught value, you know. What is E naught value of this? E naught value of calomel electrode.
0.28.
This is the one. When you take one normal KCl, what happens? This part becomes 0. Okay, whole part becomes 0. Right? Right, E is equal to E naught. So this is E naught. So E naught value you can substitute. E value you know, saturated 0.242. Log Cl minus value you get and calculate that, take the antilog of that and you get the Cl minus ion concentration, that is saturated calomel electrode concentration. Okay. Nernst equation, we have derived Nernst equation for calomel electrode. It is E is equal to E naught minus 0.0591 into log of Cl minus ion concentration at 298 Kelvin. As concentration of Cl minus ions increase, as it increases, what happens to the potential?
Decreases.
Because of this negative sign. Here is a negative sign. Because of that negative sign, this value increases, the electropotential decreases. If you increase chloride ion concentration, the electropotential decreases. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, for 0.1 N, this is high, and saturated it is 0.24. Most of the experiments we use saturated calomel electrode. Okay, most of the experiments we use saturated calomel electrode. Hope it is clear to you what is saturated, what is calomel electrode. It's a second reference electrode. Okay, it is metal insoluble type of electrode. When I say it's a reference electrode, it should have constant potential with respect to standard hydrogen electrode, and it has got different potential with respect to the concentration of Cl minus ions. Right, next we go to silver chloride electrode. We go to silver chloride electrode. How we represent silver chloride electrode? Silver is in contact with AgCl, and that is in contact with Cl minus ions. It is also metal insoluble type of electrode. Okay. It is prepared by depositing a thin layer of AgCl electrolytically on a silver wire, then immersed in a solution of Cl minus ions. So it's basically, this is silver wire, okay, and it is coated with AgCl here. Okay, AgCl, silver wire is coated with silver chloride, and that is dipped in KCl solution. Okay, KCl solution. Of course, it should be saturated with AgCl. You may ask me why it should be saturated with AgCl. What happens? This silver chloride is sparingly soluble in water. Silver chloride is sparingly soluble in water. So if you directly use it, this AgCl may strip off, may come out. It may come out. So if you saturate this solution, okay, saturate this solution with AgCl, what do you get? It will not dissolve anymore AgCl. Is that clear to you? If you take distilled water, you can do one experiment, simple experiment I'll tell you. You distill it, water you can distill it, no? Just keep a plate slightly in a slant position, boil the water and collect it in another container. Add water on the plate, okay, outside. So you can collect it. And in that you add 1 gram of sugar, okay, and you take normal water and add 1 gram of sugar, okay. So which dissolves faster? Anyone?
In distilled water.
In distilled water, sugar dissolves faster, right? Because it wants to dissolve. It has a property to dissolve materials, right? Salts and right here. If you saturate with that water with sugar, now you try to add sugar. Now it will dissolve. It won't dissolve anymore. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
If you saturate with this AgCl, it will not dissolve this silver AgCl coating. Otherwise, AgCl coating will come out. Okay, so that's the reason we saturate with this solution with AgCl. Okay, and there is a plug, agar plug. Okay, just to give external contact. Okay, it acts as a salt bridge. Instead of using salt bridge, you can directly use a plug and dip it in another electrode directly. Okay. So this silver wire coated with AgCl. AgCl is coated. You can directly do this experiment. Okay, take a silver wire, dip it in HOCl, hypochlorous acid. Okay, what do you get? AgCl coating on the surface. Take a silver wire, dip it in, take a beaker, in that you take HOCl solution, hypochlorous acid, bleaching powder with small amount of HCl. You get HOCl directly. Normal bleaching powder at home, you add small amount of HCl, you get HOCl. So you can dip in that, okay, and you get silver coated with silver chloride, okay, and that silver chloride, okay, that dip it in KCl solution. Right. So this is AgCl electrode. When I say it acts as a secondary reference electrode, this is a secondary reference electrode. When I say secondary reference electrode, it should behave anode as well as cathode. Secondary reference electrode, then it should behave as both as anode as well as cathode. Okay. So when it behaves as anode, AgCl has to give electron. Sorry, Ag plus Cl minus has to give AgCl plus electron. Okay, this is solid, and this is okay. Cl minus is compensated with this electron, so charges are balanced. Okay, reversibly, okay, when it behaves as anode, this is anode. Okay, as cathode, AgCl right, takes an electron, gives Ag and Cl minus ions. Okay, so calum electrode and silver electrode both are reversible with respect to what? Chloride ions. So if you derive Nernst equation for this, you get what? Again the same equation. You can try at home. Okay, you can derive this Nernst equation. Silver chloride electrode is reversible with respect to what? Chloride ions. This electrode depends on the concentration of KCl solution. As KCl concentration increases, Cl minus concentration increases. What happens to the electrode potential?
Decreases.
Okay, so you can derive this Nernst equation taking this equation. Okay, so what do you get? For 0.1 N KCl, its electrode potential is 0.260 volt. 1 N KCl, it is 0.223 volt. For saturated KCl solution, it is 0.199 volt. Okay, you can derive Nernst equation. What finally you get? The same, right? Delta E is equal to delta E plus RT delta N. You can derive from the beginning. Okay, you just this is from thermodynamics, this is from electrostatics. Okay, so delta G is equal to minus NFE, delta G naught is equal to minus NFE naught. Okay, substitute the values. You can derive Nernst equation of this. Okay, so this is a Nernst equation. E is equal to E naught minus 0.0591 into log of Cl minus amps at 298. What are the advantages of AgCl electrode or saturated calomel electrode? There are some advantages of this AgCl electrode. One is it is very difficult to prepare saturated calomel electrode. SCE means saturated calomel electrode. Okay. Right. Why? Because you have to handle the liquid. Okay, you have to take one inner tube. Okay, in that you are adding mercurous chloride, then mercury. Okay, then there is an opening, one more tube. Okay, in that you are filling KCl solution. There is an opening for KCl. Okay, and there is a platinum wire. For a silver electrode, you don't have to do anything. You just take silver wire, you dip it in some HOCl or something. You get AgCl coated on the surface. Dip it in what? KCl solution. KCl. This is AgCl, and this is silver wire. So this is easier, right? Compared to this. So that's the advantage of disadvantages. Advantage and disadvantage should be okay. Right, AgCl electrode has a large solubility in KCl solution. That's another problem. Okay, with AgCl. Okay, this should not be disadvantage actually here. Okay, this is advantage of AgCl. Okay, and what are the advantages? Okay, AgCl electrode has better thermal stability. You can at high temperature also you can use. Has less toxicity. Environmental problems, no environmental problem. You don't have to. Right, mercury you are not using, which is toxic material, and disposal difficulties. There are the advantages. Okay, so this actually it has to come over here. Okay, right. So is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so don't confuse here. Okay, it should not be here. It should be here. It's advantage for AgCl. Okay. Applications, both are used as secondary reference electrodes in the measurement of single electrode potential. They're also used as reference electrode in all potentiometric titrations determinations. Let's see how many can answer the quiz. Calomel electrode is what? Tell me.
Secondary reference electrode.
Right. It is secondary reference electrode. Next. Calomel is
Hg2Cl2.
just identify yourself and tell. Okay, because I cannot see you. Okay. Just who is telling? Just identify. Just tell your name initially and then tell. Who told this? Hg2Cl2?
Sir, yes.
Yes, okay. Calomel electrode is reversible with respect to
Chloride ion.
chloride ions. Who is this?
Shreya.
Shreya. Okay, good, correct. Calomel electrode is reversible with respect to chloride ions. Okay. AgCl electrode is
Secondary reference electrode.
okay. Shreya again.
Yes, sir.
Okay. AgCl electrode is what kind of electrode it is?
Metal insoluble salt electrode.
Okay. Is it Shreya again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anybody else? Just do it fast. Silver electrode is reversible with respect to, I think we already discussed for calomel electrode. But anyway, just tell.
Chloride ion.
Chloride ion.
Okay. Many are there. So calomel electrode contains what? Anyone?
Saturated
Hg2Cl2.
Yeah. Just I mentioned saturated doesn't mean anything. Okay. This contains Hg2 Cl2. Okay. Electrode potential of saturated calomel electrode is
0.242.
0.242 volt.
very good. Who is this? Who has answered this? Two of you have answered.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes.
Omkar.
Omkar, very good. So this is about excuse me. We'll start with the next part of it. That is ion selective electrodes. Okay. So you know what are ion selective electrodes? What are they?
Respond to specific ions in a solution.
Right. Ion selective electrodes are one which selectively respond to certain specific ions in a mixture of ions, and they develop a potential with respect to the ions of interest, and the developed potential is directly proportional to the concentration of ions of interest. Okay. Okay. So glass electrode. Okay. I'll just draw that. Is there 5 minutes? Okay, I'll just complete that. We can take up the derivation in the next class, right? So glass electrode. It has a glass tube. Okay. There is a silver chloride electrode here inside, inserted. Okay. And this is closed here. Here we have 0.1 N HCl. M and N are same for HCl because monobasic acid. This is what? AgCl, silver chloride electrode, which is, we call it as internal reference electrode. Okay, this is the glass membrane. Construction of this glass electrode is very simple. This is glass electrode, okay, and whatever I'm discussing is glass electrode. See, it contains a high quality glass. Okay, so this contains very high quality glass, okay, which is made up of, see, which is made up of Na2O 22%, sodium oxide, calcium oxide 6%, SiO2 72%. They're all silicates, right? Glasses are silicates. sodium silicate. Okay, in that it contains calcium oxide 6%. So it's a high conducting glass. Okay, so inside what we use 0.1 N or 0.1 M HCl. Okay, this is a glass membrane, and inside we have AgCl electrode. Okay, this is the construction. So how to represent this electrode? See, silver Ag is in contact with what? Silver chloride. This is solid. This is also solid. Okay, that silver chloride is in contact with what? HCl, say 0.1 normal or 0.1 molar. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, both are same for this. Okay, and then it's in contact with what? This 0.1 M HCl is in contact with the glass membrane. See here, this is silver wire that's in contact with what? Coated with AgCl. Silver is in contact with AgCl. Okay, that AgCl is in contact with this solution, 0.1 molar HCl, and that HCl is in contact with this membrane, glass membrane. Okay, this is how we represent the electrode. This is what? Electrode representation. Electrode representation. Okay, right. So if you dip this electrode, the same electrode here, if you dip this glass electrode, okay, usually glass electrode is used for determining pH of a solution. Okay, so you are dipping it in another solution whose pH has to be determined. Okay, so this is the glass electrode. Okay, this is what? Glass electrode. So this is dipped in external solution. This is external solution whose pH has to be determined. I'll take the concentration of external solution as C1. Internal solution concentration I'll take C2. We know the internal solution concentration. It is what? 0.1 molar HCl, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So external solution concentration we don't know, but it is pH means it's the concentration of H plus ions only. Is that clear to you? External solution contains H plus ions, but what concentration we don't know, right? Right. So when you dip this glass electrode in an external solution, it develops a potential with respect to H plus ions. Okay, with respect to H plus ions outside the membrane as well as H plus ions with inside the membrane. Inside we know 0.1 N HCl we have used. Outside we don't know the concentration. Okay, right. You can write Nernst equation for this glass electrode. How to write Nernst equation? E is equal to, right? E, right. So boundary potential we say, right? See here what happens. Glass electrode is developing a potential with respect to internal solution. Glass electrode is developing a potential with respect to external solution, right? So how much potential it develops, it depends on the concentration of H plus ions. If the concentration of H plus ions on either side of the membrane, here as well as inside, are same. Say inside it is 0.1 molar, outside also I'll take 0.1 molar HCl only. So what is the potential developed across the membrane? What is the potential developed across the membrane? We call it as boundary potential. I can call it as E1 minus E2. Potential developed with the external solution, potential developed with the internal solution. Right? If the concentration of H plus ions on either side of the membrane are same, what happens?
Potential will be 0, sir.
Potential will be 0, but there will not be, but it is not 0. There are some potential because of asymmetry. Okay, that also we'll consider. So glass electrode, okay, glass electrode potential Eg, okay, Nernst equation I'm talking. Okay, it also contains what? E, boundary potential. Boundary potential means if the concentration of H plus ions are on either side of the membrane are different, there exists a potential across the membrane. That is given by E1 minus E2. Okay, E1 minus E2 means E1 is how much? E1 is
1, sir.
E1, I can write, right, what is E1? So it's a glass electrode, right, potential, electropotential with respect to internal solution. E0 minus 0.0591 divided by n log of C1, right? So E0 plus, okay, and another solution, external solution, that is E2. Sorry, E2 is internal solution. Okay, E2, again this is same, standard electropotential is same, of glass will not change. Okay, and plus what I should write here, 0.0591 at 298 Kelvin divided by n into log of
C2.
C2. Okay, we have not shown all those things in between steps. This E0 is same, right? So you can cancel, right? And these things are common. 0.0591 divided by n is common. So what do you get? N is what for H plus ions?
1.
1, right? So 0.059 divided by 1 I have not written here directly. I have written 0.0591 into log of C2 minus log of C1. It should be C1 minus C2. Okay, C1 minus C2. So what is EB, boundary potential? When the concentration of H plus ions on either side of the membrane are different, there exists a potential that we call it as boundary potential. Its value is given by 0.0591 into log of C1 by C2, right?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll discuss entire these things in the next class because already time is over. Okay, I think you have to log into the next class, right? Please give your attendance. I'll discuss the derivation of Nernst equation for glass electropotential. Okay, so it takes time. Okay, I'll derive it first. Okay, if I show it directly in PPT, you won't understand. That's the problem. Okay, I'll derive it. Okay, in the paint and brush. Okay, please give your attendance, your name and roll number on the chat box. Right? Okay. Any questions you can ask me now, or you can send me an email or WhatsApp message. Anything is okay. So whether you are understanding this PPT, okay. Anyway, I'm trying to write on the PPT itself. Okay. So next, I'll derive this Nernst equation for glass electrode because it's very important. Okay. So I don't want to hurry here. Okay. I just want to go slow. Okay. I'm going very slow. Okay. I have taken 3-4 classes, but still I'm in the first part of the first unit. Okay. First unit. Okay. Any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No questions. There should be some question, no? Nobody's having questions.
No, sir.
Nish, Omkar, Sanket, Neha, Yash.
No, sir.
No.
Sir.
Aman,
No, sir.
Sad,
No, sir.
Samiksha, Shreya.
No, sir.
No,
So
sir.
you're following whatever I'm teaching. So
Yes,
no
sir.
problem. Okay. If you have any questions, you just directly contact me. Okay. So don't hesitate. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay then. See you in the next class tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.